If your email revenue is not scaling, even though you're sending more campaigns, you're probably optimizing the wrong lever. Most brands try to grow their email revenue by tweaking subject lines, redesigning templates, or increasing frequency. But after auditing and rebuilding hundreds of Klaviyo accounts, I've noticed something consistent. Brands at scale don't obsess over campaigns. They fix the entry point. I'm Nicholas. I work with e-commerce brands scaling through retention, and what separates stagnant accounts from compounding ones is very simple. They connect acquisition, conversion, and retention into one tight machine. And that machine starts at the front door. So in this video, I'll break down exactly how that structure works, from pop-up to post-purchase, and how to build it the right way in 2026. So best pop-up plus flow structure to scale email in 2026, where acquisition, conversion, and retention actually connect, extremely important. So email doesn't scale because of campaigns. It scales because of the front door. What does that mean? Most brands obsess over campaign ideas, design, subject lines, but the real scaling lever is always going to be your pop-up plus core flows. You see, if the front door is weak, you get a low sign-up rate, low lead to conversion rate, poor segmentation, and weak welcome experience. You cannot scale email revenue no matter how many campaigns you send. So part one is the 2026 pop-up structure that I'm going to cover today. And this is how you actually build pop-up. It just converts your traffic optimally across the board. So that way you get more people into your funnel. So I'm going to cover that later. Okay. So the pop-up is your highest leverage asset. If you double your sign-up rate, you double the number of people entering your flows, you double monetization opportunities, you increase campaign pool, of course, like your email list increases, and then you increase, obviously, LTV potential as well. Most brands can improve this in under 20 minutes. Really simple. This is low-hanging fruit for the most part. So the offer is 80% of the pop-up performance. Design matters, copy matters, triggers matter. The offer drives performance. When you're A/B testing a pop-up, I can guarantee you 80%, 90% plus of all the results would come from A/B testing the offer, all right? Most brands run 10% off forever, never test, A/B test, or never optimize. In 2026, winning brands test mystery discounts, test tier discounts, they test free gift versus a percentage off, for example, test early access, they test bundles instead of discounts. I mean, there's many things a brand can do to increase their sign-up rate with high quality, high buying intent leads, right? Here's the key. You don't only test based on sign-up rate. You test based on sign-up rate, obviously extremely important, but also extremely important is lead to conversion rate as well. Extremely important. Like most brands, when they be testing a pop-up, only take into account their sign-up rate, but they just forget about the lead to conversion rate as well, which is extremely important. Some offers, for example, a giveaway offer. So give us your email and enter this giveaway, inflate sign-ups and kill margin. Simple as that. So smart operators, especially in 2026, track both. Also, extremely important, collect zero-party data at opt-in on your pop-up. Like in this example right here, you've got 15% off. To claim, let us know what's your favorite cookie. So it could be chocolate chips, red velvet, sugar, double chocolate, whatever it is. That's how you collect data, like preferences, right? Instead of enter email for 10% off, ask 1 to 2 questions. What's your main goal? What matters most when choosing your product? This gives you better segmentation, personalized welcome flows, higher conversion rates, and better at creative angles, because you can take these findings across your entire marketing department, for example, or other departments in your store, your business overall, right? So with this data, for instance, again, that's something you can utilize across your entire brand. We consistently see a 4 to 10% lift in conversions just from this, right? Email sign-up volume does not equal revenue. Keep that in mind. Again, I can go back to the giveaway offer thing I mentioned before. You might see a super sign-up volume, but the revenue is just not there. So try to collect leads that are actually eventually going to convert in your store. That's kind of the main goal here. Segmentation equals more revenue. Part number 2. So we talked about pop-ups. Now let's talk about the flow structure that actually scales. So welcome flow, extremely important, probably one of the most important flows an e-commerce brand can have, especially optimized welcome flow, extremely important. Truth is, most conversions happen within the first 24 hours. This graph right here, I've seen this honestly for 99% of the brands I work with. Like 95% of all leads will convert within the first 24 hours. And this is data we collect from using high row analytics that actually helps us collect this data. And this is pretty much the same graph for everybody, like for all the brands we work with. The reason why is because paid traffic is high intent. Most brands we work with are utilizing paid traffic, of course, to bring traffic to the store. Also, that's because they're actively shopping and they're comparing you to competitors. So email number one is by far the most important email in your entire welcome flow. And honestly, like the first email of any flow is the most important one. Shouldn't be a secret, but that's how it is, right? Email number two is still powerful, but not as powerful as email number one. And then after that, pretty much diminishing return. So if someone doesn't purchase within the first 24 hours, they're most likely gone, okay? Stop overthinking email number 4, 5, 6, whatever, before optimizing email number one as much as you can, okay? This is kind of the structure we run. Very straightforward, extremely simple, but converts like crazy. Email number one, deliver immediately, clear offer, strong CTA, above default clarity. Email number two, it could be like 4 hours later, for example. So be aggressive in the first 24 hours, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. USPs, unique selling points, objection handling, social proof. Email number three, 8 hours later, after email number two, could be testimonials, UGC. You can have optional conditional splits based on the zero-party data you collected before, so the preferences, right? Email number four, best sellers. Email number five, last chance for the incentive if you gave something. And then email number six, plus educational, plus authority building. Again, these two, especially this one right here, is by far the most important one right here, okay? Always use dynamic codes, exclude buyers properly, and then remove smart sending from welcome as well. And then, of course, tag and suppress correctly. So if you're, well, it depends on your brand, but let's say you're running, let's say someone is going through welcome flow. In most cases, you don't want to send them campaigns as well. So tag them and then exclude them from your campaigns as well. Now, let's talk about bundle checkout structures. So common mistakes I see all the time is giving discounts too early in email number one or two, sending only one email, and then not being aggressive enough in the first 24 hours. Reality is most purchases happen within the first 24 to 36 hours. So the structure here should be email number one, 1 to 2 hours, email number two, 6 to 12 hours, email number three, 24 hours. Segment, it depends how complex your brand is and how much revenue you're generating. Some of these segments right here, or like condition splits, are not worth it if you're not doing at least, I'd say, 100 to 100K per month in your store. You could have a conditional split based on high cart value, low cart value, new versus returning. For returning customers, for instance, do not throw them margin unnecessarily. So don't offer a discount to returning customers in your abandoned flows. It doesn't make any sense, right? For the most part. Instead, you can have subscriptions. So like offer subscriptions, payment plans, or a loyalty angle as well. Again, I'm going to repeat this. If a returning customer is going through your abandoned flows, there's no need to have a discount for them, okay? Just for prospects, if you will, only for them. Post-purchase is the hidden LTV engine, should be a secret. Most brands ignore this. Instead of just thanks for your order, type email. You can add how to use your product, for example, and just make the most out of it. Cross-sells, a subscription upsell, a loyalty program, review requests, so UGC collection as well. You can talk about many things, especially the most important one being how to use your products properly, so they can get the most out of them, okay? The goal here is to turn first-time buyers into repeat buyers fast. That's why the how-to content as well. If they enjoy your stuff, especially if you're CPG replenishable, they're going to come back, right? And cross-sells, that's going to be cool as well here. So just to recap here, the 2026 scaling formula. So what actually moves revenue in 2026 when it comes to email marketing are not like fancy templates, AI subject line generators, or new animations, but better offer testing, better segmentation, better pop-up conversions, aggressive first 24-hour flow optimization. That's something you can do right now. Like decrease the time delay between your emails in your flows, your core flows. I can guarantee you an increase in revenue generated, right? Healthy list hygiene, and then 2 to 4 campaign cadence as well. That's it. Simple, That's pretty much the playbook here. So the checklist here, if you want to scale email in 2026, is pop-up converting at least 5% with great offers that actually bring in high buying intent people. Test offer based on leads conversion, collect zero-party data, aggressive welcome day zero structure, aggressive abandon flow first 24 hours, strong post-purchase retention, 2 to 4 campaign cadence, and then track your metrics. So 60-day, 90-day LTV plus repeat purchase rates. So that is it for this video right here. If you found value, please don't forget to subscribe to my free newsletter where I share amazing value 3 times a week, every single week. And then if you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 50K per month right now, you want a high-performing email marketing team to handle retention marketing, feel free to book it and that works for you using my Calendly in the description box below. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.